Hi guys, it's Rita here with your Tech Tuesday update, and we are going to talk today about using Canva for your social media posts and creating some beautiful posts that will help grab attention on your social media sites. So last week I introduced you to Canva, canva.com, canva.com, and we went over just kind of the layout and some of the things that you can do with Canva. Today, I wanted to talk about how you can use this for social media and for real estate, how you can use it in your real estate business. So one thing right off the bat, you can create just listed or just sold posts for any of your new updates on your listings, or if you helped a buyer, maybe a welcome home picture of not just the picture of the people in front of it, but you could actually create a post that says their name and stuff on there and tag them in it. Holiday posts, obviously, market updates, open house, and creating event covers for your open houses. Just a cover photo in general for your page. If you were a quote of the day type of person, happy birthday to your clients, you can create those types of things. So I wanted to quickly click through some of the things that I've used it for. This was a Facebook post for the Facebook algorithm change class that I did, the Tech Tuesday class, but I wanted to post that out to you guys. This was an event post. This was for Founders Day, and but this could easily be for, I thought it looked like something you would put a quote in there. This is a welcome post that I created. This was for Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day and fall back, so you can remind people about spring forward, fall back. And these are all Canva, every single one of these. Just click through. Except for this one, I think I created that one from scratch, but all the rest of them were Canva templates like these over here that I just took and I edited to work into what I wanted them to be. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. So just a reminder, the create a design up at the top, you can use right here at a social media post. If you're doing Twitter, just a square, which would work for Instagram, same as this right here. Facebook post, Pinterest, whatever you're doing, whatever you're wanting to do, they have the preset sizes for you on there. So if you were going to do Facebook posts, you could click right there and do that. So if you knew what you wanted to look like, you want to make it from scratch, you click right there and you're good to go. But I did mention last week as well that one of my favorite ways on Canva to find things and get inspiration is by clicking, let me show you this right here, find templates. So if you click on Find Templates, it takes you into a screen where you can see, just a ton of options for things that you can create in Canva. And what I would suggest for social media is to come down here to social graphics, and then you can narrow it down by the social graphic that you are wanting to choose. If you're looking for Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, you can click on there. So if we clicked on Facebook, it would narrow it down. These are the perfect size for a Facebook post. So you could come in and look through these. And if I scroll to the bottom, there are 52 pages. So there's a ton to look through. There's a search bar at the top, which we'll do. But just if I'm looking through these, a lot of times I can get inspiration for posts that I might not have thought of on my own. So like this, come and let's talk. I love the little chat box. It's clean. It grabbed my attention. Well, I don't need let's fight depression together as a post for our real estate office. That's not sending a positive message, but I would love to make this kind of red, white, and blue and put something about, let's come and let's talk about your real estate career and maybe put it out as a recruiting post. This with flowers could easily be turned into a Mother's Day post. Mother's Day is coming up. Here are some Father's Day posts. Well, this is Father's Day, but then this kind of looks like Father's Day with the suit. So just come in and get some inspiration. Sometimes I just click many pages down and see. So again, this is for a flower sale, but I think that would be a beautiful Mother's Day post. Taco Tuesday, maybe or Cinco de Mayo is coming up. So you could go ahead and create something for Cinco de Mayo and schedule it in Facebook to be posted. So just don't forget, you can come in here and get inspired by these beautiful designs that other people have created. So just click through and have some fun with that. So what I wanted to show you was up at the top, the search bar, you can actually search different things. So you could search real estate. And this is going to pull in anything that has to do with real estate. Not meaning it's a social graphic or anything. Like you can see, these are all flyers, but I've used this flyer before for one of Holly's open houses as a template, and then I went in and changed the colors and changed the wording and all that stuff and made it work for her. But you can go through here if you like one of these and use them. But I really want to be a little bit more specific and narrow it down. So let's do just sold, not postcard. I just want, because we're not looking to create, this class is all about online and social media, so I don't want to do just sold postcards. Okay, there we go. So we got social graphics. You can see here it says social graphics, and we can scroll down and you can see all of these different social graphics, and there are postcards and things in there as well, but that you could choose from. Now, this is red and black, and that may not be the colors that you market with. It's definitely not Remax colors and gold and yellow. Just know that the fonts, the colors, even some moving some things around, those can change. These are really just a jumping off point for you. So I like this one with the little down arrow. So let's use this one as our example. So I'm going to click on this, and before it actually takes it into Canva for me to edit, it does give me the option to really narrow it down by things that are very similar to the one that we had. I like this too, just listed, and they slash it out and put just sold. So it'd be real easy to do a just listed one and then change it to just sold. So it's kind of a cute idea, and I think would catch people's interest. So I still like this one, so I'm going to click use this template. And just for speed of things, I'm going to clear out these examples that I had at the top. So now that that's loaded, you can see I've got this, and then if I do decide to change my mind at any time, I can always click on one of these and it will change where it'll start me back to the beginning with them. So this photo that's in there is not the photo that we are going to use. So the first thing that I'm going to do is change this photo to the house that I just sold. So I'm going to go to my uploads. I can upload the image just from my computer, but I'm just going to scroll down and use a picture of a house that I already have in here. This was one of Holly's listings in Plantation. So I put that photo in there, and if you'll see, let me just hit undo. When I first clicked on it, it put it just on top of everything. This image in the back is set to be an image. And so if I just slightly drag that, it will put my new photo right into where it snaps it right into the template where it's supposed to be. But I don't like how this is covering up the house. So I have the option to crop my photo. I can pull it, make it bigger. I want to kind of slide it around. And I just hit the check mark. So it's still kind of covering it up. I could pull it down, I could pull it over. I don't think this photo is going to lend itself to this layout. Let me try a different one. Let's see. I guess we can do this one with the pool. Let's do this. This is the same house that we were just doing. So this, I just grabbed this photo and brought it over. And at this point, I can, again, crop or filter the photo. I think the cropping is fine. I've got this nice, beautiful pool. I've got the blue sky. I could flip the photo if I wanted to make it like this. But just know that you are representing the property, so you don't want things to look not like they truly are. You have the option for filters in here. So if you wanted to make your photo epic or festive or grayscale or Nordic, whatever you want to do, you can come in and do those things. I'm just going to stick with normal right now. And then under advanced options, you have the option to, blur it a little or sharpen it, change the tint, whatever. You can play with these till you get what it is that you're looking for. I really like this vignette feature. It just kind of darkens the corners, so it really draws your eye in. So know that you can do that. So I'll leave that vignette on there. We've got our photo. But again, we're working with kind of a grayish blue and yellow, which are not our colors. So let's go in and change that. This just sold. We're going to make it red. And in my last video, I showed you can make brand colors. So there's my Remax red. And then this blue, I'm going to go ahead and make the Remax blue. And when I did that, you notice it just changed this bottom half. So this must be something that they pieced together to be two different things. So when I change the color to blue, it gives me the option, let me turn on this, gives me the option down here at the bottom to change all of the gray, the dusty gray blue to my bright Remax blue. So I'm going to go ahead and check that box. And now when I go back here, you can see that it went ahead and changed everything that was that dusty blue, it changed it to my Remax blue. Now, just as I'm seeing this, I'm not loving this. This is just a little too bright blue for me. So let's add another color, a Remax approved color that is a secondary color, not just the standard Remax red or the standard Remax blue, is a darker blue that I like to use a lot in the marketing stuff. And I just, from memory, know the web code for it, which is 1A3668. But you can get all of this for me. I have a handy dandy little color palette sheet that I could copy for you if that's something that you would like to use. So I like this blue a little bit better with the bright Remax and then the white. I think that looks really nice. So we'll say this house was just sold, and we could make a couple comments about it. Let's say, on a just listed, you would maybe put where it is, but on just sold, we want to tout contracted in 3 days, exclamation point. Oh, it's a little small. Let's make it bigger. And this is a great thing about using a template. I made that bigger and it automatically pulled that arrow down for me, so it fit what I wanted it to do. Since this went to 2 lines, I feel like there's a little too much space in between contracted and then in 3 days. So you have the option to change that. As long as you've selected these words right here, you can go to spacing. I can change my letter spacing, so space those letters out or bring them in. And I can also change the line height. So I can pull those in a little closer together to each other. So now I've got contracted in 3 days, just sold, contracted in 3 days. This is all together as a group. So I can't move one thing without moving the other. But if I wanted to, say I wanted to put a space in between contracted in 3 days and just sold, I just need to ungroup. Once I've clicked on this, I can click ungroup, and all of those pieces are now individual. Just be careful doing this, because then if I wanted to move something, it's only going to move the one thing that I select. So just do be careful with that. So I'm selecting the contracted in 3 days. And I'm just going to scoot it down just a smidge to give a little bit of space in there. I just think that looks a little bit better. And one little tip, if you put your cursor, I'm going to highlight this so you can see, if you put your cursor out here in the gray, and I'm clicking and dragging down, and I'm just making sure that the box that I'm dragging is touching all the pieces that I want to group together, it will give me the option to regroup those. So let's see here. I don't know if my cursor being highlighted is kind of changing that. There we go. Now I do not want this background to be grouped, so I'm going to go ahead and unselect that. Let's see here. So I can regroup these things back together. So now if I move this around, everything's going to stay together. Okay, so we've got just sold, contracted in 3 days. Let's go ahead and add at this point our Remax logos on here. One beautiful thing about the new Remax logo is it comes with this gorgeous white border around it. So it's very easy to drag this over and put it on top of this blue, and it's not going to get lost because it has that great border. So I'm going to size it down so it fits in the blue banner across the bottom, but this feels uneven if I've got this big piece and the balloon on this side. So I'm going to put the balloon over here just to balance the ad out a little bit. And they've got some text in here already, but you obviously can change that to whatever you want. So I want it to be my name because I just sold this property. You're right. And they've got it centered, but I'm thinking that I'd like to maybe make it left aligned. So up at the top, you have the option to change the alignment. I can also make it capital all caps or not all caps. I like the all caps, but I'm not liking the bold. I'd like it to match this here. Maybe you want your name to match the just sold, but you want the rest of the words to match the contracted in 3 days. So one way you can do that is I want to keep this formatting. I'm just going to hit copy, and that's going to just copy that Rita McKay exactly. But then that gives me the opportunity to click into this one and play with it a little bit. So I can make it red, like the words up at the top, the just sold words. And if I go to the fonts, it's going to tell me these are the 2 fonts that are in my document. So let's change that and go ahead and make the size a little bigger. Now, this is not looking quite the same as this, and I think it's because my letters are spaced out so much. So I'm going to come into letter spacing and pull it in together. So I like that a little bit better. So now I've got my name, which is matching just sold. And then underneath that, I can make this say realtor, if you want to do that. Again, I like that format, so I'm going to copy it. That way I'm not having to put in the color and the font and the size. I'm able to just keep it the way that it is. So we're going to do Remax Premier and 281-576-6000. Why don't we do this? What if we took realtor up here? So it's Rita McKay Realtor. It's not quite lined up. Get that lined up there. Still not loving that. There we go. And then we've got Remax Premier. What if we put that over here by the balloon? And then that gives us a little space to put my cell phone number over here. And I'm leaving this space here because I'm going to upload my photo. So here I am, my giant head. And I'm just going to make it small so that it fits in this space. Now I have a pink shirt on, which completely doesn't go with my red, white, and blue. So why don't I go in and make myself look better, black and white. That looks fancy. And you can see I'm just kind of playing with this until I get it the way that I like it. So I've got Rita McKay Realtor, and I'm going to put my phone number in there. So let's grab this, copy it. And now per Trek guidelines, I can have my phone number, my cell phone on there. And it can be bigger than the Remax office phone number, but I have to make sure that it's not more than 50% bigger. So I can bump it up a little bit. So I want people to see my cell phone before they call my cell phone before they call the office phone, understandably. So I can kind of bump that under there. That is just really, really spaced out. I'm not loving it. So again, I'm just going to play with the spacing. And it's all just about coming in and having a little bit of fun with it. So I've got just sold, contracted in 3 days, Rita McKay Realtor, 210-360-720, my cell phone, my picture, Remax Premier. We've got to add our EIEIO statement. So again, I'm going to go to text, add a little bit of text. I'll go ahead and type it in. Each office, independently owned and operated. And I'm going to spell independently. I'm going to make this tiny because it does not have to be big. It just has to be there. I'll put it as this railway font. So we're keeping consistent with our marketing. Pop that baby. How about right here on the photo? There you go. Don't even really see it. This is a perfectly good Facebook post just sold. Now, you can come in and reuse this every time. So say you got a new, or you just sold another house. You would come into just sold and you would snap a new photo in there. Boom, just sold, changed it, contracted in 3 days, and your post is done. So it's really important just to get it the way you want it the first time, and then you're all set to go. Now, what about just listed? Look at this, just to keep consistency with your marketing. You love this the way that it is. Right here, you can do copy this page. It creates a new page. All you do is come in and change sold to listed and change contracted in 3 days to Plantation Beauty. And there we go. You've got just sold, just listed, Facebook post ready to go. Now, how do you get them from Canva? Well, one more thing before I do that. Do come in, and that was called Blue and Cream Just Sold Social Media Graphic. We want to change it to Rita McKay, can't type my name, branded, just listed / sold Facebook post. So now I know what it is. It's branded for my name, just listed, just sold. Say I just sold this one. I've got it all set the way that I want it. I'm going to click download. I'm going to click PNG is perfect for Facebook. Instead of doing all pages, since it's a 2-page file, it's going to create it into a zip file. You don't want that. So all I want to do is just download this first page because I just sold it, or the second page if I just listed it. So I'm going to say I just want to download page 1, and I click download, and it starts the process. So once it's completed the process, I'm going to stop that. All you're going to do is go over to Facebook, and you can upload that graphic right to Facebook from wherever you saved it on your computer. It's just as easy as that. So just know that this is just listed, just sold, and you can go into Facebook and either post it right away or schedule it to post. So if you were going to create a, say, a Mother's Day post, so I'm going to just go back to my main Canva page. If I'm going to create a Mother's Day post, I would simply like Facebook post, and see if there's something flowery or Mother's Day-y that pops out at me. Eggs. Here we go. Happy May Day. We saw this one earlier. So I would change this May to Mother's. Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Wishing you a happy Mother's Day. Love, Rita. Just as easy as that. And you say download this PNG. When you go to Facebook, you just schedule that post. And that's just a little bonus. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to go to Facebook, to your business page. Ours is Remax Premier. Just to make this video even longer, as I'm going on 24 minutes. I promise I'm almost done. So we want to share a photo or video. You would upload whatever it is that you're sharing. So just for the sake of showing this, oh geez, I'm gonna just upload one that I have already. Goodness. We're just gonna do this just to get a picture in there. But when you do the drop down here, you click schedule, and then I can pick whenever Mother's Day is, which it is May the 13th. May 13th is Mother's Day. So I want this post to go out at 3:16 a.m. so then all those mothers see it as soon as they wake up and they're getting their breakfast in bed and checking their news feed. They've got a Happy Mother's Day post from you. You click schedule, and that will automatically go out on Mother's Day. You don't have to do anything about it. So use Canva to spend some time and go ahead and create things that you can schedule out for many days, and it will save you in the long run. It's not going to be that much time that you're going to spend on creating these marketing posts. I hope this helped. This will work for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's whatever size post that you create. So hopefully this was helpful, and I was asked to go into depth in this video, so I hope that you really saw how I go in and create these things from start to finish. If you have any questions, let's set up some one-on-one time. Thanks. Have a great week.